Well, plant-based diets are really hot right now, and one thing we've learned is that learning to eat is the easy part. It's changing our habits and behaviors or preferences. That's the hard part. Well, this morning we brought someone in to give us more insight on the whole process. Dr. Jacobson is here. Good morning. We're so happy to have you with us in the studio. So I've had a plant-based diet in my life for 10 years. I know it's really not that hard. What are some of the things that really just catch people up on this whole new diet trend?
Yeah, well, one thing is they're used to their old foods. So when you switch to a plant-based diet, depending on who you're talking to, there's like hundreds of cookbooks and blogs,
Right.
and you can find really, really tasty foods. However, they tend not to be as tasty as your pizzas. There was just a pizza segment. You can
Right.
smell it. So people have this expectation that it's got to be just as good. And so they're, why they're going plant-based, maybe for their health or for the animals or for the environment. But at the same time, some part of their brain is going, I want pleasure right now. So you have to kind of deal with the fact that in this moment, I want the pleasure, and the benefit that's going to come to me is going to be later, it's going to be in the future. And it's always hard. That's a hard thing for people to do, to postpone joy right now to have something in the future, and people have to learn how to deal with that.
So how do we start? What are some of the basics? I mean, do we start with a meatless Monday and we try to do one meal a week?
Well, I think it really depends on the person. So some people can do one meal a week and just go, okay, I'm really committed to this. I want to do it. And boy, this was a good meal. It was fun. And the next morning I wake up and I have energy and I don't feel sluggish and everything works. All my plumbing works really good. And they can sort of go from there. Other people, they'll do it and they really won't feel a difference. So for some people, I would say ease into it. For other people, I would say, look, if you want to see a difference, it's like pulling a lever at a slot machine. You pull it once and like $500 in quarters comes out, you're hooked from that moment.
Right.
Right. So if you go like say cold tofu for 3 weeks and go completely plant-based, you'll then discover you'll get all this positive feedback from your body that will allow you to continue doing it, even though it may be a little bit hard. So it really is different whether you're going to be a gradualizer or jump in all the way.
All right, so I'm headed to the grocery store and I want to switch out some stuff, make them plant-based. Was it meat, dairy? What do you recommend that we kind of start with?
Right. Well, the first thing is to reconceptualize the plate. Right, because we have a vision of the plate, and if it's so there's a salad on the side, there's a potato, there's some mushy steamed vegetables, and then there's a big hunk of meat, and we think of that as dinner. If we just take the meat off the plate and just increase the other stuff, we don't really think of that as a meal. It's
That's a great idea. Now I want to take a look at this full screen we're going to pop up because you are going to be speaking this evening, right, in Birmingham?
Right, Birmingham Groves High School.
At 6:30 tonight, it's till 8:30. Tickets are $20, and you can hear more from Dr. Jacobson and all the great things he has to say about a plant-based diet. Thank you so much for joining us. Lots of helpful tips this morning. Alicia?